But Emmitt Smith, playing in only 14 plus losing a game with injury, led the league for the third consecutive year in rushing, and Thurman Thomas led the AFC in total yards. He had led the NFL in total scrimmage yards 4 years previous, a record breaking Jim Brown, and we're set to go. Steve Christie. It's interesting that this game and all our friends to the north features 2 kickers from Canada. Christie for the Bills and veteran Eddie Murray for Dallas. Deep to return for the Cowboys, Kevin Williams, 85, and we're underway. Super Bowl 28, a high spinner to the 2. Williams, a rookie from Miami, has a hole on the sidelines at the 40. Christie can't get him, and out of bounds at midfield. Kurt Schultz saved a touchdown, and Dallas comes out running. 50 yards on the return.
Dick, you can't defense speed, and everywhere you look on this Dallas football team is speed. Steve Tasker missed Williams there. Would have been a great play, but again, another young man who just displays the speed. And here's Tasker. Watch him go by. Bam. Miss. He didn't adjust for the speed of Kevin Williams.
Kevin Williams in his rookie season had 2 punt returns for touchdowns this year. So Troy Aikman and the Cowboys start on the Buffalo half of the field, just outside the 47. Fake to Smith. Aikman down the middle, wide open, Michael Irvin, and Irvin has a first down at the Buffalo 28. 20 yards to Irvin, number 88. He caught 88 passes during the season.
Big first snap of the game. The Buffalo defense went with the blitz single coverage. Nate Odoms is the man in coverage. This is a quick death. Buffalo cannot play the Dallas Cowboys this kind of defense with a free safety and single coverage.
First down at the 28. Tight end Novacek in motion. Aikman again to throw. Over the middle to Novacek inside the 25-yard line. A gain of about 5. Cornelius Biscuit Bennett on the stop.
There is no shortage of great athletes on this offense for Dallas. I mean, they can go exclusively to the tight end, almost exclusively to the fullback, give it to Emmitt all day long, or throw it to the outside guys. This team is a defensive coordinator's nightmare.
And one of the reasons you're looking into the Dallas Blue Eyes is Troy Aikman. Led the league in passing percentage, over 69% complete. And here's Emmitt Smith. Oh, is he dumped by Bruce Smith, who zeroed in on the league's leading rusher, no gain.
Cornelius Bennett was also on the inside. He moved to the inside backer. This is Q1-2A 71 on Bruce Smith. Kind of falls down. Biscuit, 797. He switched spots with Marcus Patton. There he is on the inside linebacker. Great speed, a little bigger body. They put him on the inside for a little better pursuit, and it pays off.
2 Pro Bowlers, Cornelius Bennett from Alabama and Bruce Smith, Virginia Tech. No gain. Third and a short 6. Kevin Williams in motion.
Harper's uncovered.
Incomplete at the 19-yard line, intended for Kevin Williams. And so the Dallas Cowboys, after the long kickoff return by Williams, that's Mickey Washington, the relative of little Joe Washington, a star in this league for so many years, and on comes the field goal team.
Buffalo very fortunate here. This is going out to Williams, but Alvin Harper was wide open, uncovered. Boy, Aikman went the normal progression.
41 yards on the attempt by Murray, picked up by the Cowboys before game 3 this year. Novacek holds. Dallas, it's long enough, and the Cowboys lead 3-0. Murray capitalizing on Williams' long kickoff return to open the game. It's his turn in this drama. How important this is for Buffalo. The Bills, with 3 consecutive losses in the Super Bowl, and a victory today could certainly undo their disappointments as Murray drills one deep toward Russell Copeland, a rookie, only 21 from Memphis State. And he runs tenuously to the 20-yard line, where he's smothered by several Cowboys, led by Dave Thomas.
Dick, the Buffalo Bills just got the first break of the game. You're going to see motion. Watch what happens on Alvin Harper. When the safety rotates over here, he is totally uncovered. Troy Aikman going with the primary receiver, overlooks Harper for an automatic touchdown. Those 3 points for the Dallas Cowboys should have been 7. And I think Aikman just said, hey, I'll get you next time.
Kelly starts from the 21. 3 wide receivers set in this K-gun, and Thurman Thomas struggling for a couple. So Thomas, 3 years ago against the Giants in Tampa, had the big game. Many felt he should have been the most valuable player, but in the last 2 Super Bowl games total, Thurman Thomas has just over 30 yards rushing. He's not been a factor in the last 2 losses. For Buffalo to challenge Dallas today, he must have a big game.
A huge game.
2nd and 9. Kelly out of the shotgun. Good protection, good coverage, and it's Reed. He's drilled by James Washington, but Reed holds on near a first down. 11 yards it is, a first down Buffalo.
Dick, great protection for Jim Kelly. He was looking all over the place. Andre Reed in the slot. Look how open he is and how long he sits there, and Washington hammers him to the turf for a first down.
Delay to Thurman Thomas, and he is smothered by that gang tackling Cowboy defense built on speed. He's out to the 37, 38-yard line.
If you look at the Dallas defense, they're running their 45. They're running 5 defensive backs and 1 linebacker. 28 Woodson plays the inside linebacker. There's Everett, the free safety. Kind of an odd defense, but it's worked well for Dallas.
On 2nd down, into the flat to Thomas, and Thomas breaks open. 50, 45, and Everett gets him out of bounds at the Dallas 39. A 24-yard play for the Bills.
Will come right at you. This is the primary receiver. You see 28 Woodson coming on the blitz. Jim Kelly read it perfectly. A nice block by Don Beebe. Thurman Thomas down the sideline for, what did you say, 24 yards?
Right, and no huddle. Bills right back to the line of scrimmage. A give to Kenneth Davis. And Davis, who played in Texas, in fact has his business in Dallas, Texas, owns a full-service auto shop, the Dozen Davis Automotive, and has some ex-Cowboys as clients. And boy, did they rub it in last year after the defeat out in Pasadena.
Kenneth Davis had a nice Super Bowl last year, replacing Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas getting a little rest there.
Again, the hurry-up offense for Kelly. Over the middle, incomplete. Oh, Don Beebe drilled by Thomas Everett, who then taunts him a bit out at the 25-yard line.
These safeties are sitting inside here in this Dallas defense. Brown on the coverage. Whoa, that is a hammer job. Lands right on his elbow. I'm surprised it didn't affect his shoulder. Beebe is a tough kid, but these Dallas defensive backs are probably collectively the quickest, and they're great hitters for their size.
3rd down 7. Kelly to the sidelines, dropped by Bill Brooks, who had a first down at the 25, covered by Kevin Smith. Will they go for the long field goal? Yes, Steve Christie will try one. It'll be over 50.
Again, look at the quickness. Look at those Dallas cornerbacks. Brooks is a very sound receiver, runs great patterns, and that was great coverage again by a Dallas cornerback.
Christie in Buffalo this year with a big win behind his back, kicked 159. This one would be a Super Bowl record 54. On its way, and it is good. Christie, 54 yards. The old record was 48. Super Bowl 28 tied at 3. Christie now to kick it off for the 2nd time, and you can bet the Bills will have their eye on young Kevin Williams. This one kicked away from Williams toward Gannon into the end zone. Dallas will start at the 20. The Bud One airship, the aerial ambassador of the King of Beers, is proud to provide you these aerial shots. Super Bowl 28 outside the Georgia Dome. Enough concrete in this building, you could build a sidewalk from here all the way to your hometown, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Now this has a canvas top too, doesn't it?
Teflon, I think.
You can see the lights through it. This is a beautiful facility. Like a big living room.
Cowboys start 32 yards farther back than their opening drive as Aikman sets him at his 20. And Emmitt Smith gets a second chance, and they're there to surround him. A gain of only 2, and Bruce Smith, number 78, 5 times a Pro Bowler, and many feel the top defensive player in the NFL, made another stop.
Bruce Smith has several different gears. On 2A 71. Look at the arm strength, just pushing and shoving a 305-yard offensive tackle. And again, Cornelius Bennett inside, playing that inside linebacker for a little more pursuit, a little bigger body than Maddox.
A gain of 2. Smith again. Weaving his way near a first down at the 30, just shy. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Marv Kispatton making the stop for Buffalo.
I think if there's one play that you want to stop against the Dallas Cowboys, it's the lead draw. Darrell Johnston, 48, the personal interferer for Mr. Emmitt Smith. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys have a bunch of running plays, but Emmitt likes to tell his offensive lineman, look, just get movement. I'll find the hole.
Smith to rush for almost 1,500 yards this year to lead the league and have the best rushing average, 5.3 a carry. They just get it off, and it's the Moose, Darrell Johnston, plowing for a first down. But you saw the umpire throw a flag. And it's against the Cowboys for holding. Highway named for Jimmy Johnson
Holding.
now.
Number 63, offense. 10 yards, 3rd down.
58-year-old Bob McElwee is our referee, his 2nd Super Bowl. John Giesigk guilty of the hold.
He's the center, and he's the 3rd center the Dallas Cowboys have used this year. Started with Stepnoski, then Frank Cornish Jr. Now Giesigk, and he's got his hands on 91 Jeff Wright, 63 on the hold. So now that's a key penalty. Now 3rd and just over 10.
Smith moves to the other side. Aikman falls down, but no one there to down him. And finally, it's Jeff Wright, 91, who gets him at the line of scrimmage, and the Cowboys will have to kick.
Dick, I could not see if anyone stepped on Troy Aikman's feet. Normally a very sure-footed quarterback. Let's see when he sets up. Yeah, somebody does step on his foot. Looked like the left guard, which would be, I believe, Newton when he stepped out. See what happens here. No, it's the center, Giesigk. So the holding penalty on Giesigk, and then Giesigk tangles feet with Troy Aikman.
But part of that was the push by the Buffalo line. Oh, Tasker in on John Jett, the punter. A high kick and a fair catch. Russell Copeland at the Buffalo 42-yard line. Steve Tasker, who blocked the punt in last year's Super Bowl, very close.
This should have been holding. You watch when he goes around here, you see Woodson grab a hold of his right shoulder. That should have been holding on Woodson.
Little piece of face mask as well, and Tasker argues. Kelly from the 41. Ooh, a little shovel pass to Thomas, and he fumbles the ball. And a flag is down. It would appear Dallas has it.
Did he?
Unless they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
I'm not sure yet. I have not seen any signal whatsoever. The ball was thrown behind Thurman Thomas. He never had it cleanly.
It's a fumble, or they wouldn't be digging this way.
Bob McElwee is down there in the pile looking for who has it. You're right.
The first turnover goes to Dallas. And remember, Buffalo guilty of 9 mistakes last year. Their demise. It'll be interesting to see how they react to this one as Thurman Thomas. That had a danger written all over it from the start.
Throws it behind him as he's spinning. Yeah, he does have control of it. Washington 37 is the man with the contact. Woodson 28 with the recovery. And Ken Norton, yes. Dallas ball. Thurman coughed it up, but that was not a clean play. when Kelly threw it behind him, really slowed down the momentum of Thurman Thomas, and then Washington comes up with the hit.
And the Cowboys have it at the 50-yard line. Buffalo in their 14 wins this year, a +19 in the takeaway giveaway. They were a -5 in their 4 losses. And let's see what happens with the first turnover in Super Bowl 28. Emmitt Smith. Little wiggle, gets about 3 to the 47-yard line. Marcus Patton and others in on the stop. In a Super Bowl, Buffalo setting a record last year in Pasadena with their 9. And Baltimore, surprisingly, in Super Bowl 5, the winner despite 7 turnovers.
Those are all AFC teams. You wonder why they haven't won in a long time? That's pretty obvious.
Smith now 4 carries, 12 yards. And the throw underneath to Smith, and he has a first down at the 39-yard line. Patton again with a tackle. Emmitt, who not only led the league in rushing, but caught 57 passes as well this past year.
And he comes out of the backfield, too. I mean, he doesn't sit out on the corner. Good protection for Troy Aikman. Emmitt Smith is a gifted receiver, not a particularly big target, but is able to find dead spots in zones, and then, of course, once he catches it, he can turn a 2-yard completion into an 80-yard gain on almost any play.
6:40 remaining in the opening quarter, tied at 3. Dallas trying to convert a fumble at midfield. Fake to Smith. Aikman guns wide open as Harper, and he's caught from behind and tackled at the 15. Darryl Talley and Mark Kelso, and the Cowboys challenge.
Nice deep in route by Harper. Good protection for Troy Aikman, which is key. The play action fake holds the linebackers at the line of scrimmage. That creates the gap between the linebackers and the safety, and Harper has an easy completion. Again, you'll see Talley allows him on the outside. He just circles around, and there's no linebacker coverage underneath. It was held by the play action fake.
Alvin Harper, a 7-foot 4-inch high jumper, so you throw the ball up over the shorter backs, and he has an advantage. Here's Kevin Williams on a reverse. He's got 5. He's got 6 inside the 10-yard line before Mickey Washington can make the stop. It's a play that Jimmy Johnson likes to run at least once a game. Williams on that reverse.
Dick, I think you mentioned it correctly. That first turnover by Buffalo, an absolute key point in this football game. How the Buffalo Bills handle it. I'm not interested in how Dallas handles it. I want to know how Buffalo handles it.
It strings back to
quickly
the thrashing they took in the last Super Bowl game because of their mistakes. Novacek, the tight end, the motion. Aikman into the flat to Emmitt Smith, and knocked out of bounds. A yard loss on the play. Marcus Patton, whose mother played professional tackle football in Los Angeles, made the stop.
Watch where Patton is lined up. He is on the outside again now. You can see him in Cornelius Bennett's spot. A good job here. He fights off, holds up Novacek a little bit. An excellent speed out to stop Emmitt Smith for no gain.
Patton's mother played for the L.A. Dandelions. His father, L.A. police officer, killed in a drug bust when he was a young boy, and his mother raising him and teaching him football. And here today to cheer. 3rd and 5. Smith stopped at the 7, and the Bills have done a good job of defending Emmitt Smith here in the opening quarter. It was Darryl Talley and Mike Lodishin on the stop. 15 yards for Emmitt Smith on 5 carries in the quarter.
Dallas kind of spreads the defense out here with a couple of different receivers, and Buffalo didn't buy it.
Anytime there's a kicking situation, one should remind all viewers and all fans that Jimmy Johnson loves the fakes. This one would be a 24-yarder. Murray blasts it through. Dallas 6, Buffalo 3. Thurman Thomas's fumble, not a touchdown. It's his fault. He seems happy it resulted in only a 3 for the Cowpokes. Megalopolis of the South, and inside the Georgia Dome, a 6-3 Dallas lead, and the Cowboys with 3:55 will kick it off. Copeland and BBRD, 85 Copeland and 82 the sprinter BB. This one a liner toward Copeland at the corner, and does it go into the end zone? Yes. Copeland took a chance hoping it would kick out of bounds, and Buffalo would get the 35. They get the 20. Jim Kelly ready to go back to work.
Copeland takes a chance here, but lets it bounce, and the official is right there to say yes, it is a touchback. Went down in the end zone. Buffalo takes the field again. Dick, a plus there. That turnover, I didn't see any real shakiness there in the Buffalo defense, so they handled that first turnover very well.
Both quarterbacks effective at the start. Herman Thomas into a pile and gets only a yard. Good defense is Tony Casillas, who played for the Atlanta Falcons here before a trade to Dallas. Into the thick of that play.
And Dick, when you watch this Dallas defense on film, the front four, they get off blocks quicker than any defensive line I have ever seen in the NFL.
2nd and 9. Kelly to the side to Brooks. That'll be good for only 4 or 5 as they push him back. Good charge from Kevin Smith on the left corner. Smith is only 23 and regarded as one of the top young cornerbacks in the league. Kelly wearing a wristband the last 3-4 games for Buffalo. You see it on that left wrist.
He makes a list of plays he likes, tells the coaches, and they make the wristband for him. Unheard of in the NFL. Only the coaches tell the player what plays.
On 3rd down, and it's the tight end Metzelaars with a first down catch at the 34. Metzelaars, who played at Little Wabash College, he was a great basketball player, led the Bills with 68 catches this year.
And I think that's key to Buffalo's success here this year. They're being very patient, throwing underneath, taking some pressure off of the passing game. Fewer interceptions for Jim Kelly.
No huddle. There's the give to Thomas. Trying to get outside. Larry Brown got a piece of him, and then he's covered by number 58, Dixon Edwards. Edwards, one of the many fine linebackers out of Michigan State.
Dick, it's tough to get a comment in here. The Buffalo Bills offense definitely in an up speed in their hurry up, trying to wear down this Dallas defense as best they can.
2nd down and 6. Kelly protected well. Watch out here in the corner. Andre Reed as James Washington came up. There's one of those moments where Washington was hesitant, saying, if I really go for it, maybe I've got a touchdown on the interception. And then thought, no, I better not risk it. It could be 6 the other way.
Of course, Reed last year in the Super Bowl, 8 catches, 152 yards. It didn't look like there's Charles Haley. Let's see how he's pass rushing. Actually, he looks like he's got power in his legs, but John Fina just parked him, pancaked him on that pass protection.
Fina, the left tackle from Arizona, replacing Will Wolford, who went with his Pro Bowl credentials to Indianapolis this year. Kelly over the middle. Brooks drops another. So Bill Brooks has dropped 2 in this first quarter, and that denies the first down at the Dallas 45. Larry Brown, the cover for Dallas.
This is Bill Brooks' first Super Bowl. He lets this ball get to his body. See, when it gets to his body, then you don't have any control over it. It bounced right off the shoulder pads, and Jim Kelly saying, man, that should have been a first down. Come on, Bill Brooks.
Kevin Williams drifts back to the 15 as Chris Moore, Georgia born, Thompson, Georgia, his hometown, same as Ray Guy. High, a wobbler, and a flag is down as the ball bounces out of bounds inside the Dallas 25 at the 22, and we may have roughing the kicker.
Dick, I think it's the 5-yard penalty, which doesn't guarantee the first down, but it's 4th and 4 or 3, so they're going to get a first down.
Running into the kicker. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Dave Thomas, 41, the rookie from Tennessee, and Elvis Patterson, the veteran from Kansas, were there.
Patterson, 43 on the outside. You see 2 of them break through. Yeah, and 41 Thomas rolls right up to the kicker's leg, and Jimmy starts every practice with special teams. When there is a special team mistake, that's a mistake out of the ordinary for the Jimmy Johnson Dallas Cowboys.
Patterson, the ex-Raider, acquired in a trade at midseason. First down at the 46 on the penalty, and Thomas straight ahead, but only for a yard or two. Tony Tolbert 92, and Leon Lett 78 in on the stop. Lett with perhaps the most memorable play, or forgettable for him, in last year's Super Bowl.
From behind the offense, these are important yards for Buffalo. If they're going to make any real threat as a ground game today, they've got to run the ball between the tackles.
Kelly to Beebe, his first catch, and it'll be a first down at the Dallas 43. Beebe, the man who caught Leon Lett from behind in the second half last year.
Brown again in coverage. This is just a down and stop, like an 8 or 9 yard hitch. Maybe make sure of that reception, and again right back to the line of scrimmage.
Finished his work at Chadron State, also played at Western Illinois. Kelly changing his play, and the left tackle Fina lifts off to here. And Thomas has to eat it, as coming through is veteran Jim Jeffcoat from Arizona State. In his 11th year with the Cowboys, one of the few that go back to the Landry days.
You can't run the counter against this defensive line. They're too quick. They'll catch it from behind. They pursue too well. You got to throw that play out if you're the Buffalo Bills. Last week it worked against the Kansas City Chiefs. It won't work today.
4-yard loss on the play. Kelly down the middle has Andre Reed at the 34, just shy of a first down. James Washington makes another hit, and that is the end of the first quarter. Super Bowl 28, Dallas leading Buffalo by a field goal. Welcome back. We're ready for the second quarter. Andre Reed, the star receiver of the Buffalo Bills, that 13-yard reception, a painful one, and they're attending to him. Here's how it happened. Watch James Washington, 37, and it looks like he might have rammed his knee into the thigh of Reed.
I watch his right leg. See, it kind of pops when he is hit by Washington. I can't really tell what the injury is, but he limped to the sideline being attended to by the physicians and trainers. It's his right leg, right knee, right thigh.
Russell Copeland has replaced Reed on a 3rd and long one for Buffalo at the Dallas 33 as we open the second quarter. A game of field goals thus far. Eddie Murray of the Cowboys with a 41 and 24-yard field goal, and Steve Christie of Buffalo with a Super Bowl record 54-yard kick. 11th play of this drive for James Edward Kelly. Kenneth Davis breaks a tackle and fights close to the 32-yard line. And if he's to the 32, it's a first down.
So lucky. Ken Norton almost had this play in the backfield. Now the Dallas Cowboys don't blitz a lot, but watch Norton. He gets through there in a hurry. Oh, I got the wrong linebacker. 51, Ken Norton on the other side. Ken Norton doesn't miss many tackles, but he has that bicep problem, and it may have kept him from extending his right arm. He has a big cast on his right arm. Couldn't make the tackle.
Son of the former heavyweight champion of the world. There he is with a White Sox baseball hat. Ken Norton Sr. beat Ali for the title, and many thought that in the rematch he should have won. Lost the decision to Muhammad Ali, and then Ali won the third as well. It is a first down.
First time he's seen his son play live this year. He's watched the rest of them on TV.
Sadly here, not by invitation by his son. They still have a family feud. So first down at the 32. Buffalo first down, 7 running, 1 passing so far. Kelly to the sidelines, and it's Beebe at the 25. Kevin Smith at the corner from Texas A&M, the #1 pick of the Cowboys a year ago, makes the stop.
Buffalo's throwing the ball with pretty good regularity here. Jim Kelly has got time to throw it, finding receivers. They're the short little receptions, not taking too much of a chance, not going for the deep stuff, but going for the high percentage stuff.
And no huddle on 2nd and 3. It's Kenneth Davis, and he's inside the 20 and skips to the 17. Ken Norton gets into the turf. First down, Buffalo.
They run right at Charles Haley here, Dick. It's Fina 70. Haley kind of runs around the block a little bit, and Kenneth Davis, who is faster and quicker than Thurman Thomas, up through the hole. Nice pickup.
He rushed for nearly 400 yards on the season, and Thurman Thomas stumbling to about the 12-yard line. It was Russell Maryland on his way to his first Pro Bowl, down low to trip him up for Dallas. Number 67, Maryland. He symbolizes this Dallas defense. Jimmy Johnson has built the defense on speed, the offense on a huge offensive line. But they out-quick you on defense. Thomas. Down low underneath was Tony Casillas to stop him shy of the 10-yard line, where it'll be a third down and about 3.
Again, a great job of getting off blocks by the defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. They are so hard to keep engaged on a block so that the running back can find a spot.
Cowboys send in 4 changes. No one in the backfield with Kelly. Throws to Beebe. First down at the 5. Larry Brown with a stop.
And every time the Dallas Cowboy defensive back makes the tackle, watch Brown try to strip the ball away. See him try to pull the ball away. They are trying to come up with turnovers any way they can.
They give progress to the 4. First and goal for Buffalo, trailing 6-3 early in the second quarter. It's Thomas. Thomas, touchdown!
That was a beautiful drive.
80 yards, 17 plays, nearly 7.5 minutes. Thurman Thomas with a capper, a 4-yard run.
Certainly a little help from Dave Thomas, who ran into the punter, but they took advantage of the mistake.
Christie's extra point is good, and Buffalo leads for the first time, 10-6.
Thurman Thomas goes back out on the field to congratulate the offensive lineman. Watch this first move by Thurman. Lett is right there. 78's got him square in his sights. Thurman just snaps to the outside. And Jim Kelly. And
that drive should not have continued, but Dave Thomas, 41, the rookie from Tennessee, running into the kicker. That 5-yard penalty kept it alive, and Buffalo celebrates with a lead.
Last year on a Thurman Thomas touchdown. They lost that one. They lead this one, though, 10 points to 6.
At the 15, and he's out to the 23-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown. What a run by Thomas, and what a block in front of him.
no question about it. They ran the full block. They're trying to get as much between the tackles as they possibly can. This is perfectly executed, but a big assist by Thurman Thomas. I mean, that move is not coachable. It is not teachable. You're either born with it. Simpson had that move. Very few other people have ever played with it.
Now the man who was at Oklahoma State with Thurman Thomas has it, Barry Sanders. What a drive by Buffalo. They're known for their short drives, not a 7.5-minute effort. Aikman comes out throwing, and down the middle he goes to Irvin, and he's got it at the 40, and Henry Jones tackles him at the 38. 15-yard play.
The deep in route, excellent. Again, the good play action fake holds the linebackers. The safety Kelso drops so deep that Mickey Washington, 25, has no help on the inside. And Irvin makes the tackle, makes the catch, and Jones makes the tackle. This is not a particularly good pattern, but with his speed and with the defense, it's open and open wide.
Aikman now has only missed on 1 of his 7 pass attempts. Emmitt Smith with a big hole, and he's into Buffalo territory at the 49. First down, 13 yards on Emmitt Smith's top run of this Super Bowl.
Again, I always marvel at watching Emmitt Smith. He only carries it in the left arm, and there's never really a spot for him to run. He just preaches movement. He cuts back and cuts back well. And one of the keys when you're running a cutback runner, you need a cutoff block. And Jay Novacek got Bill Talley out of there. Big pick up Emmitt.
First down at the Bills' 49. Smith again. This time he's caught at the line of scrimmage. He twists for maybe a yard. Mark Maddox, who played his college ball at Northern Michigan, makes the stop. Suddenly this crowd here at the Georgia Dome all sitting back and taking a deep breath. With this K-gun offense of Buffalo, such a rapid fire, tough to really do that relax. And now it's Dallas huddling. Walt Corey, the defensive coordinator. He played in Super Bowl I with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a linebacker. He has something like 3,500 years of swizzle sticks supply. Someone sent him 10,000. He uses one every 2 weeks. Flag down as Aikman scrambles and is hit by Cornelius Bennett at the 44-yard line. And one was curious as to how Aikman would take that first solid hit after the concussion a week ago against San Francisco, and it'll be called back if Buffalo chooses on illegal motion. Bernie Kosar, so many years the star quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, fell out of favor as the backup for Dallas.
Troy told us on Wednesday, I was shocked to hear him say that after practice on Wednesday, the first practice since the concussion.
Illegal motion, number 22, offense. The penalty is declined, 3rd down.
Anyway, the first practice after the concussion, he said to us that he had a severe headache, was having trouble sleeping, and I said, well, did you tell the trainer? And he said, no, I'm not telling anybody. He said, I don't want the coach to know. I don't want anybody to know. I'm going to do the best I possibly can with it. Well, we were wondering how he would react to the first hit after this hit by Dennis Brown last weekend.
They decline the penalty. 3rd down and 5. Aikman down the middle, almost intercepted. Henry Jones was zeroing in on that one. Jones, who led Buffalo last year with 8 interceptions. He had 2 this year, and the Bills defense is held.
And Dick, this should have been an interception. You are absolutely correct. Watch Jones. He bounces off the receiver. Boy, Jones last year had 9 interceptions. He has good hands. He should have caught that one.
John Jett, his second punt. Copeland stands at the 10-yard line. Very high. Copeland, fair catch, but lets it go, and the Cowboys have that one surrounded, and it's down at the 1. Matt Vanderbeek, number 91, a 43-yard punt for Jet.
Well, Buffalo have the lead, 10 points to 6, but the Cowboys have the momentum at the moment. Matt Vanderbeek downing the punt at the 1-yard line, and that's where Jim Kelly starts out from.
That gets Kelly and the Bills out of deep trouble caused by Copeland's judgment.
This square out run by Andre Reed against man-to-man coverage. Again, excellent protection, and it really bails out Russell Copeland, who that ball bounced at the 14-yard line.
Thurman Thomas for 3, maybe 4. Into the grasp of Jimmy Jones. Jones, who had a touchdown in last year's Super Bowl. And there's Charles Haley. It was a very painful back, a bulging disc, and said, I want to play anyway. He'll have an operation right after this game.
Practiced very little this was just on Friday.
Kelly comes over the middle, complete at the 31-yard line. James Washington with a hit on Bill Brooks, and that'll be a 1st down at the 31.
Dick, to this point, there's been very little pressure on Jim Kelly. Keith McKellar is in the lineup at tight end. Pete Metzelaars is out on the sideline being attended to by the doctors, but Charles Haley is the big pass rusher. He's not really gotten in Jim Kelly's face much yet.
Another 1st down. Buffalo leading 10-6, and open is McKellar, and he's out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Washington again with a push, and that's a pickup of 7 on 1st down.
Again, now Charles Haley, this time he's over on House Ballard, and you can see that Charles Haley does not have the normal strength. Charles Haley, a very, very strong pass rusher. He just says he seemed to have his legs underneath him.
McKellar with the catch. Metzelaars shoulder injury, should return. Thurman Thomas straight ahead across the 41. It'll be close. Darren Smith, a rookie second-round pick out of Miami of Florida, made the stop. Well, Jim Kelly off to a great start. 13 for 16. 127 yards, and he has not thrown an interception in the last 14 quarters plus this one. He is through the playoffs, played as well as any time all season.
Yeah, and during the season, 18 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Metzelar is going up to be a 10-2. But Kelly is the key. He is in total control of this offense. I think there's some coaches who are afraid to change the offense. Some of the coaches in Buffalo are afraid to change the offense because Kelly's been with us so long, so they stay with the same things. First down, Buffalo.
Well, Thurman Thomas with a generous spot and a first down at the 42-yard line. Remember, this started at the 1-yard line when Copeland, ill-advised, let a punt bounce at the 15, didn't fair catch it, and Dallas downed it at the 1. So far, that's not been a penalty to Kelly and Buffalo, leading 10-6 with 7:45 left in the half. Kelly to the sidelines to Reed. Tackled immediately at the 48-yard line by Kevin Smith. Good pickup on first down. Kelly's very patient in his attack.
He's also had great protection. Watch 28 Woodson come, picked up by Thurman Thomas. Again, the short patterns, the high percentage. I think finally Buffalo has caught on, and if they don't turn the ball over in games where there's a Roman numeral, you got a good chance to win.
Kelly, without that huddle, he is definitely the man in charge calling the plays. There's that shovel pass to Thomas that he fumbled on earlier. He hangs on to this one and has a first down at the Dallas 47. Russell Maryland the tackle.
But it still doesn't look clean. Watch how late Thurman Thomas gets this ball. Just to the point where he's going to turn upfield. You see, Darren Smith is almost there at the same time that he catches it. It's a new play in their arsenal, and they're not running it well, but they are occupying the clock.
7.5 minutes for their last drive. That keeps Emmitt Smith, as you saw, on the sideline. Kelly goes deep for Beebe. A step too long at the goal line. Oh, that's the first big play that Kelly's gone for.
And that is a message pass. You can't shorten up the zones. You can't pack it in. We will go deep. Beebe, probably the fastest member of the Buffalo Bills. All just thrown a little too far. But that's to tell Dallas we will throw it down there, and we can.
Beebe said he received hundreds of pieces of mail after last year's Super Bowl when he made that gallant run from behind to catch Leon Lett to show you just don't give up. Oh, through the hands of Andre Reed, incomplete. Reed with 5 catches so far in this first half and 52 yards, unable to snare that one.
That would have needed a net on that one. That was thrown high and very hard.
He's been productive in every Super Bowl, even in defeat last year with his 8 catches, 152 yards. And now 3rd down 10 for Kelly. Let's see if Dallas comes with a linebacker. Nope. Kelly throws. Intercept. No, and drop. Kevin Smith had the pick. He led Dallas with 6 interceptions this year, and it looked as if that was his all the way.
Boy, Buffalo very lucky there. There were 7 defensive backs in the ball game, but watch who else drops here. A defensive end drops. So there's 8 guys dropping in coverage. Kelly still tries to force it in there, and that's the one thing that to this point in the game he's not done. That's the first time he really tried to force one.
So Chris Moore into punt. This will be his first official punt. Running into him on that long scoring drive. Oh, he hits this one up into the 4th deck.
First Tasker.
Kevin Wales lets it go, and it's down at the 1-yard line by Tasker. No one does it better than Steve Tasker. Oh my. Turnabout fair play. Dallas from their 1. Tasker's on his way to his 5th Pro Bowl. Double teamed at the line of scrimmage. No one touches him. And watch, like a great outfielder in baseball, checking the flight. Checks it again. Knows where the goal line is. And downs it to the 1-yard line.
Isn't that something? First guy that Marv Levy ever signed. Man, has he paid dividends for Buffalo.
Little guy, 5'9", 135 pounds, out of Leota, Kansas when he left high school. And here he is playing in another Super Bowl. Emmitt Smith at the 4, a pickup of 3. Phil Hansen and Cornelius Bennett on the tackle. choir boy looks, but he is tough.
Again, now looking from behind the offense. It's a great job by the lead blocker Johnston on Patton, but Patton stands him up. You know, the one thing about Daryl Johnston, you've never seen him cut anybody. He always hits him shoulder pad to shoulder pad. I guess he thinks that's kind of a sissy way to do it. Cut people. He wants jaw on jaw.
2nd and 7. Aikman, the quickie to Michael Irvin, and a first down across the 15. Mickey Washington drags him down.
You can't. You're not going to stop this kid. You're just not going to stop him. You can slow him down. Look at the move. Look at the strength. Aikman has great confidence in Michael Irvin. Puts it between the 8s.
Michael Irvin from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 15th out of a family of 17. They're all here. He says they're wearing out room service. The carpets are worn. They don't even leave the room. They just $900 one day we talked to them. On first down, play action, steps in front of Smith and throws down the middle, incomplete. And Kelso playing that deep center field, almost 50 yards from the line of scrimmage with that ball skidded by him.
One of the things that you always like about Troy Aikman is his presence in the pocket. That quick drop. He also just steps up, avoids Bruce Smith from one side, Cornelius Bennett from the other. Still able to make the attempt down the field, but this hasn't been a smooth start for the Dallas Cowboys. They've struggled a great deal running the ball, and they found receivers open, but they haven't really gotten the ball deep. Jimmy Johnson looks very concerned.
Play action on second down, and then they throw to Daryl Johnston, and the Moose, diving for first down yardage, is out to the 27-yard line. Darryl Talley made the tackle. Johnston, who was the pick after Troy Aikman in 1989. They went for Aikman in the first round, then Johnston, Syracuse in the second.
So he releases through the line of scrimmage, then behind the line of scrimmage. They haven't even used Darryl yet. This is the first time we've really seen him do anything. He's a guy who all he does is run into people, and he says, they send me to the Pro Bowl, the only fullback to go. Okay, I'll keep running into him.
Johnston had 50 catches during the regular season. First down. Emmett. And Cornelius Bennett trailing the play, using his speed. Gets him across the 30 at the 32.
Bennett plays defensive end normally, but when he recognizes what's going on, excellent speed, jumps inside the block of Daryl Johnston. One of the rare misses you see the Moose come up with. Bennett's had a good first half, playing that inside backer in obvious run situations. And now he's on the outside.
Nevertheless, 4 yards for Emmitt Smith, who now has 37 yards rushing in this first half. 3.5 to go before the intermission. Buffalo leading 10-6. Goes Smith, gets a piece, but Aikman still delivers the ball out to the 35, and the catch made.
Irvin caught it, and Bennett was right on him. Here's Bruce Smith first, again on 2-A. Look at the arm strength, the hand strength. They try to double him with a little help from Emmitt Smith. Aikman gets it off, but watch Irvin release underneath. Watch Bennett. Ball is completed. Wham! Bennett right there to make the tackle. Hey, Buffalo has played a fine defensive half here so far. Good pressure, decent coverage.
Into the face mask of Cornelius Bennett. 3rd and 2.5. And Aikman's going to throw for it. Sidesteps the pressure, throws to the tight end. First down, Novacek at the 40.
Man, that was a fist fight. Henry Jones and Jay Novacek. It looked like a high school wrestling match. They were throwing bodies all over the place. See Jones left-hand side of the screen. When Aikman starts to go back inside, there's a little pirouette underneath Jones. Aikman again, great confidence in Novacek. So many weapons on this Dallas offense. Now watch Jones. That's working hard for about a 5-yard reception.
Well, Novacek, who is a real cowboy, competes in cutting competition out of Gothenburg, Nebraska. He threw off that defense like a Bronco. Aikman to Smith, looking for a hole, and squirts out to the 44-yard line, and that'll take it to the 2-minute warning. In fact, 1:58 left in the half. Dallas with a ball, trailing by 4. Welcome back to Atlanta. The Bud 1 airship featuring its night sign are proud to help bring you Super Bowl 28 and other sporting events throughout the year. Dallas Cowboys with 1:58 remaining in this first half. Second down at the Cowboy 44-yard line. 2nd and 6 as Troy Aikman back to throw. Over the middle to the tight end Novacek. And he breaks a tackle, gets a couple more yards. Mickey Washington with a stop at the 48, first down.
This time Dallas comes with 2 tight ends. They had Scott Galbraith in there along with Jay Novacek. Novacek releases underneath. And the tackle missed by Mark Maddox. And then made by Mickey Washington. Again, so many ways for this offense to adjust.
Aikman now 11 for 14. 12 for 15, and Emmitt Smith to the sideline stops the clock as he's got another first down for Dallas at the 32. 10 on the play.
Dick, this series now they've gone with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Emmitt Smith. So everybody releases deep. Emmitt comes underneath, and you see his value as a pass receiver. Picks up the yards, gets out of bounds. I think when you look at this offense, this Dallas offense, you can never just drop a defense and stay in it, because Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, Troy Aikman, the quarterback, they know how to figure a defense out, and quickly.
Cowboys trying to reclaim the lead before halftime, trailing by 4. Here comes Smith, and he can't get to Aikman, and intercepted. Nate Odoms, who tied for the league in the NFL, is on the loose at the 45, the 50, and he's to the 48. Odoms, who had 9 in the regular season, with a big pick for Buffalo. Troy Aikman was intercepted only 6 times all year.
Dick, this ball is intended for Alvin Harper. Good pressure by Bruce Smith. And Nate Odoms makes it look easy, standing right in front of the receiver. Eventually, number 79, Eric Williams, makes the tackle at a 40-yard return for Nate Odoms. Watch Harper. Troy Aikman doesn't make many bad choices. That's one of the worst he's made in the 2 Super Bowls he's played to this point. Well, we saw the interception. We wondered why it was thrown short. Bruce Smith around 2-A. The left arm just hits Aikman's shoulder. Bad things happen when that guy is hot. Bad things.
Draw by Kelly with just under a minute to go now. And Aikman watching that clock. And Buffalo, with its 3 timeouts, does not spend one at this point. 50 seconds left. It was last year's Super Bowl just before halftime that Thurman Thomas fumbled and Dallas struck for a score to lead 28-10 at halftime. Now Buffalo trying to pay back, and it's Thomas breaking tackles inside the 35, and timeout Kelly and Buffalo. 13 yards on the play.
Excellent job again by Jim Kelly. He knows how many timeouts he's got. He doesn't have to force the thing down the field, and Thurman Thomas just out of the backfield to the left. Kelly scanning the field, goes with the underneath stuff, and then I think this speaks volumes about Thurman Thomas today. He's accused by a lot of people of being moody. He is ready to go for the rest of this Super Bowl.
Coming up at halftime, fans, be sure to stay with us for the spectacular Wavy Lays halftime show. Rockin' Country Sunday features the superstars of country music. Winona Judd, Travis Tritt, Tanya Tucker, Clint Black, special guest star Naomi Judd. Halftime analysis as well. Jim Lampley, Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs. Locker room reports, OJ and Will. All coming up right here on NBC. So don't wander too far off.
You know, we're looking in the Bills huddle. The Dallas Cowboys only lost 4 games this year, and one of them was here in Atlanta. They got really embarrassed by the Atlanta Falcons. Not a good place for memories for Troy Aikman and his teammates.
Meanwhile, Kelly with a first down for Buffalo inside the 35, leading 10-6. Wide open is Reed, and Andre Reed does not go out of bounds. Tackled at the 12. So the clock runs, and Kelly has to spend another timeout. Reed very easily could have jumped out of bounds.
Dick, there is certainly a rule for football players inside 2 minutes when you're driving down the field. You do not fight for inches. You try to save seconds. And Andre Reed tries to turn this into more of a play than it really is. that extra yard means nothing. You want to save as many seconds as you can. Zone coverage by Dallas. Well read, well executed, but you got to get out of bounds.
That forces Buffalo to use the timeout. They have one remaining, 27 seconds, obviously in field goal range. And Kelly has had a remarkable first half. 17 for 23 and 173 yards. He's now thrown 126 passes through these playoffs without an interception.
He needs points here. Jimmy Johnson, I think when he told us during the week, we don't have a royal flush this year, we have a small straight. I think he knew exactly what he was talking about.
Kelly changing the play with 6 on the play clock, 4 on the play clock. Throws to Thomas, and Thomas gets out of bounds. A tough catch, backpedaling. Almost had to use one hand to grab it. Darren Woodson gets him out of bounds, stops the clock, 23 seconds.
I think it was a one-handed reception. And again, when you have to take that timeout, you got to look to the outside. When Thurman Thomas does get it out of bounds, you need that sideline now as your friend if you're Buffalo. Andre Reed, not a smart play.
3 yards on the play. Second down at the 9. Kelly throws incomplete through McKellar's hands, but you can't fault Kelly. He was going down on his knees as he threw the ball.
Dick, didn't he do that in last year's Super Bowl, and didn't it end up in an interception? I mean, Jim Kelly is pressured here at some point. It's 97 Jones who gets partial pressure on him through the hands of McKellar, but Kelly taking a big chance there with throwing that ball towards the goal line.
Well, 3rd down and 7 from the 9. It's to Thomas, and all the Cowboys waiting for that play, and now they'll let it tick down to 3 or 2 seconds.